David, you're watching live in X. Clement out now. Fergie and Kevin Thompson in until the end of the season. Write it off. Start again next year. That's just one of a mountain of comments we've got on Philippe Clement. I know the three of us talked about it before the game, but can he survive this?
I think he'll survive. He'll survive for the moment. Daniel, he certainly survived to Sunday in the semi-final against Motherwell. I mean, God forbid if that goes against him. Although I was saying to you before we came on air, I mean, I had a look at the league table there just at full time. Rangers are only 3 points ahead of Motherwell in the Premiership, which just seems incredible. And listen, Motherwell, I was at the Rangers-Motherwell game earlier in the season at Hampden when it was Rangers home, obviously, and I think it finished 2-1. I think Cherny was the difference that day, but Motherwell gave them a good game. And if we said there was vulnerability or fragility about this Rangers team before tonight, that will be doubled, trebled come Sunday at Hampden. I mean, listen, tonight felt like a must-win for Clement, but Sunday's certainly a must-win, because if you lose in the cup, you give up the first trophy of the season, allied to what you're doing in the league, then he would find himself in a really, really difficult position. But listen, I think he'll survive for now. He's going to come under major pressure. Fans are going to be furious, obviously. And we said before, it's going to be a really interesting to see how the board deal with this. But as I touched on earlier on, they will be desperate and doing everything they can not to sack him for obvious reasons. But there comes a breaking point where there's just, it becomes untenable. So that might come on Sunday.
Look, Daniel, you worked this out. I was just thinking about this during the game. 10 league games into the season, and Rangers are 9 points behind Celtic Aberdeen at the moment. If that continues over a 38-game season, Rangers will finish 30 to 35 points behind Celtic Aberdeen. That gives you an idea of what this first quarter's been like. Now, you could caveat it by saying there were so many difficult, the away games, Celtic Park, Pittodrie. Hearts haven't been very good this year, but Tynecastle on the first day of the season looked like a tough one. Rugby Park on the pitch. You can give them some outs if you want, but that's just not good enough. That just is not good enough, I'm afraid. Rangers cannot continue like this. And the thing about it is, if you look at the way Rangers are just now, if you flip those fixtures over, if Aberdeen were going to Ibrox tomorrow, would you really strongly fancy Rangers? Celtic were going to Ibrox, would you fancy Rangers?
No.
Not really. All right, Kilmarnock Hearts, you probably would. But you know what I'm getting at, don't you? It can't continue in this vein. Something has to improve.
Listen,
we keep saying... Sorry, go on, Scott.
No, I was just going to say, there's loads of problems there, but Swan touched on the away record. I mean, they've scored 2 goals away from home in 5 games so far this season. I mean, that's just unacceptable for Rangers or Celtic. And listen, a big part of that is, for me, they're playing a lot of games without a centre forward, and because Dessers again tonight just worse than a man down. That's him.
Sorry to break in, Scott. I thought Esther Soccer gave him an education how to lead the line tonight. He was absolutely brilliant. He won his flick-ons against Balogun. He bullied him in one-on-ones a couple of times in the first half. He ran channels. He tried to link. He showed a bit of fire and feistiness about it. I thought he was different class compared to Dessers.
I think Dessers has gone 8 games now without a goal, which again for an old firm centre forward is pretty unthinkable.
So that's a massive chance right at the start at 0-0. A massive chance.
I was just about to say, I mean, an absolute golden chance at the start of a game, but you need your centre forward to go and make a statement and go and bury it.
Yeah.
And
prick the balloon in this place, because this place was absolutely flying in the doors. And they had the chance to puncture a hole in it. And I'm not saying Aberdeen would have fallen out, because they've already proved this season they've got a backbone. They proved it at Celtic Park that they can come back. So I'm not saying that would be, but it would have been that's Scott saying, what you need your big striker to do. That's what you need your main man to do. That's what you're there for.
Over the course of a season, Daniel, Dessers will get a certain amount of goals because he's going to get loads of chances as Rangers number 9. But I keep saying this, Old Firm centre forwards need to be feared by the opposite side and by teams throughout the league. Rangers go to these grounds and they don't have a centre forward that other teams are scared of.